Hello, this is Mr. Evilcheese.
And I'm Zombie Cuts.
And this is our review of the Jurassic World Colossal Battle Damaged T-Rex action figure. Yeah. Butt's coming up. There we go. So there he is. This is one that I've been wanting, but I'd never seen it in person until we went to camp. And I was kind of expecting it to be there because the Walmart up there, it seems like they're always overloaded with toys that were hard to find. Like, no one buys toys at that area. I don't know, but
It kind of is in the middle of nowhere.
yeah. What I wasn't expecting was it to be on clearance. It was only $50, and that's the cheapest I've seen the Colossal T-Rex. Because regular price I think is $70, and if you want to try to find it on eBay, it's like up to like 100 something. And Amazon I think had it down to 60, but I haven't seen it for 50 yet. And also, this is the battle damage version, which I would actually prefer not the battle damage version, just because I think like the cuts right here aren't too bad, but when we flip them around, some of the cuts are just kind of crappy looking.
And the blood looks like somebody colored it on with crayons.
Yeah. But I kind of want to paint this whole thing, and I don't know if I ever get to it, that's the thing. But I think it'd be cool to paint it like some really cool colors, like maybe red and black or something. Oh, and he doesn't have the box because the box is too big to take home. But we'll show pictures of the box, and it says battle damaged on it. And it shows pictures of the little tiny dinosaurs that he can eat and poop out. But I assume they were in the box, but they're not. It says on the back sold separately. But I don't care. I don't really care about them because I got lots of action figures and stuff I can throw down his throat.
Meet people instead of dinosaurs.
Mm-hmm. And we'll probably do that in this video. And this video is going to be kind of hard to do because he's really big and long. So yeah, it's hard to. You can see all the background because my background's not big enough to block out all the figures in the background there, but what?
Not big enough to block out the sun.
Yeah. But man, he's pretty cool. If I was telling Zombie Cat, if I could go back in time and give this to myself when I was like 8 years old, I would have like freaked out. I'd be like, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Dude, me too.
I loved dinosaur toys back then, but back then they weren't that great. Most of them didn't move. Nothing moved. They were just like a big hard block of plastic, and that's all they were. And they're still kind of cool, and they weren't this big either. And if they were this big, they definitely didn't look this good. And this isn't like Hot Toys or anything, but it's still pretty damn good. I would have loved this thing back then.
I definitely would have ate all my sister's Barbies. My T-Rex.
Yeah. That reminds me of the Star Wars, the original Rancor monster, because you could stick figures in his mouth, but unfortunately, it can go all the way down to his stomach, and once they go down in there, it's very difficult to get him back out. And another thing cool is, if you open his mouth, he's got sound effects. And he's got a little speaker down here in his stomach. Might show that later. But he has, you open his mouth, keep opening it, and it has different roars. That might be it, I don't know. I don't know how many different ones there are, but basically there's roars and a couple growls.
And I have to interject here and say that if you happen to have a puppy, this thing will freak it out really bad.
Yeah. Show a clip of him playing with it. Now here's the other side, and these battle scars right here are the worst. Because most of the other ones, it's actually sculpted in and painted shittily. But this is just a shittily painted tattoo on him. There's like no sculpt there at all.
And on his face too, those ones aren't sculpted in.
Yeah, it just looks like he's got tribal markings. And I think back there on his tail too, also just kind of painted on. But the ones on his leg are sculpted in. I don't know if they're on the regular version because I don't have it. They might just be sculpted in and not painted. I don't know. But this is a weird mixture of plastic and rubbery plastic. And plastic that looks like the rubbery plastic. This is hard plastic. That's hard plastic, but it looks like the rubbery plastic. It's painted the same way. You can see there's definitely a difference when you go from the rubbery to the hard plastic. The paint looks way different. But here it looks the same even though it's two different types. It's hard, it's soft, but it looks the same. And also it's hard back here until you get to his tail, and then his tail is the soft plastic again. And the speckling paint on the soft parts stand out more than they do on the if you look real close, there is speckling on these parts, but you can barely see it.
I didn't even notice before. He's got scratches on his butt that aren't
right
painted.
there. That makes me think that the regular version has the scars, they're just not painted. Like I said, I don't know if this thing was a really popular toy that's selling out, because I just have never seen it. I've seen the smaller version, but never seen this bigger one anywhere except at that Walmart. And they only had one.
Well, I would guess they probably just didn't make very many of them.
Well, probably not.
They're so big.
Yeah.
I think it's really weird that they didn't paint his fingernails.
Yeah.
His toenails are painted.
Yeah, I'm going to paint them. Like, even if I don't get to everything else, I'll at least paint these. It just looks odd.
Yeah, it looks very weird that they're different.
One thing about the sculpt, though, I mean, they did an okay job on the teeth, but one thing that bugs me about the teeth is some of them aren't even separated, like right in there. It's just kind of weird.
Well, it looks like that paint that's on them is really thick. So
Yeah.
they might have been more detailed before they painted them.
I might actually take a Dremel and separate them teeth more. Maybe even sharpen them more.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely should have sharper teeth.
They just don't want the little kitties to poke themselves.
This toy is not for children. It's for adults.
Exactly. The one thing that really makes this toy pretty cool is it has lots of detail on the sculpt. Like all the wrinkles and everything all over his entire body. All them wrinkles, and up around the head he's got the scales, the bumps. Remind me of the movie, the way they did that. That's pretty cool. Like you said, it's not like Hot Toys or some other super expensive thing, but it's still pretty good for
what it is. It's pretty damn awesome.
Yep. Now we'll try to go over articulation. And the one thing that does kind of bug me about articulation is up here at the head. I wish you could turn his head when he's facing up like this down, or at least forward. But when you have him pointing up in this position, his head's just kind of stuck. Like you can make the head go like that, but that's about it. It's like, can't make it go down. I wish you could make him look straighter down. But you can tilt his whole body down at the hips so that he's actually looking down at the ground. Oh man, this is so hard to do on camera. Yeah, you can make him like eating something on the ground, which that's pretty cool.
I honestly think, because his neck is rubber for no reason, I think maybe they initially intended to have his neck move, but it doesn't because of the eating things feature.
Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, you can see the hips move, so he can go back and forward about that far. Whoa! And then he's got his little baby T-Rex arms that can just wiggle around back and forth. Looks like they just go up and down. They don't really go out to the side or anything.
They're accurately useless.
Yep. And then, like we already showed multiple times, the bottom jaw can go that far. The top of his head can go up and down like that. Then back at his tail.
It don't move that much.
No, it feels like you can spin it, but ours doesn't really want to spin. I don't know. But it can wiggle a little bit.
You can smack somebody with it.
That's about it. The only other articulation would be his butt.
Well, his feet spin.
Oh yeah, forgot about his feet. Yeah, that helps with positioning him. Both feet can move like that, spin all the way around. But other than that, the only other articulation is his butthole flap. That's where you get out the creatures or whatever he ate. So I guess we could demonstrate that now.
Assholes in the middle of his stomach.
Yep. So you can see... Shut up! You can see down his throat. Well, sort of. It's dark right now, but... I need to open up his butt flap. Stomach flap, whatever. No, that don't really help. Oh wait, there you can kind of see. Yeah, down there's a little tunnel going down to his stomach. There, now you can see down his throat. See if I can stick my fingers up in there.
Fingering him?
Yes.
You're a creep.
I can't see my fingers. Oh, what the? I think I'm blocking the light. Where am I? Look, where's my finger? Oh, there it is. There, I can see it now. There's my finger. Woo wee. But demonstrating his eating ability will be Harley Quinn. Man, I wish we had more room to do this. But here goes Harley Quinn.
Should we tilt them up more?
So, here goes Harley Quinn. And now she's down in his stomach. And then you gotta open up the butt flap. Oh, which angle should we go from? Maybe from this angle.
Mm-hmm.
There she goes. No, it is dumper down. I wonder if we can see up in here. See if you can see Harley Quinn going down from this angle.
Hello! Can you see me?
No. Oh, wait. I'm thinking I'm zooming. Oh, there we go. And here's a few comparisons. This is from the same series, the Indoraptor.
He looks like a little baby.
And I painted this one because I didn't like how super shiny he was. I made most of his skin more of a flat color so he's not so freaking shiny.
I think it looks better like that.
I do. But I mean, maybe in the movie he's super shiny, but I don't care. I like the figure better this way. And here's a couple 6-inch scale Black Series figures. And you can see they are really tiny compared to him. And here's a 6-inch scale Marvel Legends Call Obsidian. This is the Build-A-Figure. He's a really big figure, but he's tiny compared to this big sumbitch.
It is a fucking dinosaur.
Yeah, I know! And here's a 3-0 6-scale figure. This is Negan from The Walking Dead. You can see even he looks small compared to this T-Rex. Almost forgot to show it, but there's where the sound comes from. A little screw there in case the batteries die. Oh, and here's a better look at the butthole, which is more of a stomach hole. It's all jaggedy. Pops open.
It's the belly hatch.
We also almost forgot about his tongue. It's not posable, but it is kind of rubbery, which makes it kind of weird, and it's real glossy.
And you can stick somebody under it.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if he liked that idea or didn't like it.
Trying to send her back through, but I don't know if I can get around that.
It's a slide! It's an amusement park. And she looks super happy.
She definitely enjoyed that.
Okay. So, I really like this figure. I really wanted it, and after seeing it in person, I was like, yeah, especially when it's on clearance, it made me really happy. I think I would have preferred the non-battle damage version, but I guess it don't really matter if I do end up painting it. But,
Which I think you should.
Yeah, I want to. It's just, you know how that goes.
Maybe I'll paint it.
Maybe. But I like the sculpt of it. It's pretty detailed. There are lots of wrinkles and lots of bumps all over his face and some sculpted in scars. And I really like the feature where you can shove stuff down his throat and pull it out of his stomach.
Shove it in his stomach and pour it out of his throat.
Yeah. The articulation's alright. I do wish his head would tilt down. That'd be nice. Some things could be better, like the teeth sculpt could be a little better. The sound thing is kind of cool. It's not real clear sounding, but it's kind of cool that he does it. And just the size of him. The size of him is like the best thing. He's like bigger than most figures we got. Bigger than 90% of the figures we have, I'd say. Probably even more than that.
He's bigger than your wrestling ring.
Yep. We should stick him in the wrestling ring in a minute. That's a good comparison. Stick him in there next to some wrestlers. But I really like him. I think he's really cool, and I'm happy I got him. Really happy I found him on clearance. He's pretty damn cool.
Part of me wishes we had two, even though there's absolutely no way we'd have space to put two of them anywhere.
We don't have a space for this one.
I know!
But, yeah, this is Mr. Evilcheese.
And I'm Zoe.
Thanks for watching. Goodbye.
Run, dude, run! Run away!
Oh, damn it, man. You see them other pictures there? Why don't you click on one of them to see the video? Or you could subscribe, Nate. Oh.